I like the yellow light, you know? We gotta set the mood. Let me show you how to transform a cold, boring bedroom into something that is more warm and romantic like this. And then ultimately, I ended up changing things to this. Really simple. Let's get started. We all know furniture is the easiest thing to change. I don't even want to do that. We have this bed. We haven't had it that long. It's in perfect condition. The color may be a little dated. The shape of it may be a little dated, but there's other things that we can do to draw the attention away from the bed. And I still like the color of it actually, just because everything else is such a light gray in this room. It gives a little more dimension with the darker gray color. And because it's such a large item, I don't really need to bring in so many other elements of dark colors because it serves that purpose of kind of darkening the space just a little bit to give the contrast. So the first thing I really notice when I come in, because like I said, I don't even have that much furniture, is that I have an open space and lots of gray. Right now, one of the big trends, even in fashion and interior design, is mixing metals and mixing textures. Since I have so much gray and I have a lot of silver, I don't know if you can see, let me show you. I have a lot of this dark gray silver color, and I have even a lot of the light gray with the nightstands. So I think what I'm gonna do is incorporate more gold. I thought about maybe bronze or like a rubbed oil bronze, a dark brown color. But I really love gold, and I actually like the mix of silver and gold together. And I know it seems counterintuitive because we were always told that that's direct opposites. But one thing that's super easy is changing the knobs whenever you have furniture to kind of an updated look. So these nightstands were really expensive. They're from Restoration Hardware. It'd be super easy for me to go and buy new, updated, newer looking contemporary nightstands. But these are such good quality. They're very, very heavy. And so I just don't feel like moving them. I don't feel like wasting that money. 6 years, yeah, we probably got our money's worth. We use them every day. They're a little scraped and scratched up. I'll show you a close-up here in a second. But I love them still. It is a more industrial look, and I actually chose those because for one, they were on sale, but for two, it breaks up this kind of traditional romantic style, which the bed definitely brought into the room and was amplified with the chandelier. So I'm gonna change the knobs to a gold, and let me show you the color. So I did go on Amazon and buy these gold knobs, and the shape of them is more contemporary and they are gold, so that's going to break up the color. They're just a nice T shape, and I think this will look really lovely with the silver nightstands. Let me show you the nightstands up close. So this is the nightstand, a nice close up here. Like I said, there's some scratches, but overall they're still in great condition, and that's the color and the shape of the new knobs. See, I think they're very pretty. So I'm going to change that out first, and I'll tell you afterwards what I'm going to change next. Okay, so a slight hiccup in my plan, but this is real life. Because I have such great nightstands from Restoration Hardware, they're basically impossible to destroy or even to deconstruct. They are made in such a way that I could not get the knobs off. My husband could not get the knobs off. I was able to get one knob fully off, but the screw situation made it impossible to have any other knob. It was just a complete mess. So I ended up putting it back together, and I'll tell you, I'll update that later. Oh my gosh, Nelson's gonna kill me. So this is our blank lonely wall right here. Like I said, when we moved in, we didn't really do much of anything. We used the TV that we had, and this is the wall. I'm going to actually put the mirrors. I don't like any flat surfaces in the bedroom because they collect clutter. Unfortunately, I am like really anal about that stuff. As you can see, like my husband has all his sunglasses there on the nightstand, and that drives me nuts. But I got a tray to try to make it a little better for me to take. On my side, like this is all I have. I have the box that those knobs came in because I'm still working on that. All I have are those 3 items. I often think about removing the pink quartz, but it brings out the pink in the plants, so I keep it there. Anyway, long-winded way of saying I can't have flat surfaces because everyone will put stuff on them. I'm thinking about getting a really thin credenza or possibly some type of ottoman bench situation where I can have extra storage and actually put things in like books and stuff, because I really don't want bookshelves. It's more cleaning for me. So if I can put books or something in storage. We also have this empty space over there at the bay window, and so I'm wondering if I should put something over there, but I really don't know. So for now, this is the focus, putting something along this wall, and we're also gonna put a bigger TV there, and I'm gonna get the TV framed in like a picture frame. That's the goal. And then eventually I want to put pictures up here, or a huge picture up there. Let me give you the update afterwards. Our next project, the wall. Them. And then we put our little thing in the middle and then get the bigger TV.
I do about push-ups.
Here. We'll get the bigger TV. Some sort of either credenza or bench. Probably bench if the TV's gonna be bigger. Is it the same distance from the, oh, I guess I can measure that too. No, really, it's like, exact. Yes! Okay. I gave the mirrors a quick wipe down with my favorite glass cleaner by Sprayway. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll have the right screws to put the gold knobs on my nightstands. I'll switch the bedding and we'll talk about what we can do for up there. That's what I was going to show you. Now don't hold me to this, but once I put tan on the bedding and get the gold knobs, let me just show you. Just stand right here. I was considering having these two up here. I don't know what it's gonna look like though. Let me look. Let me see.
It matches now.
So I just think it would help to, you know, because I'm not gonna have a rug. So having something make it a little more cohesive of a space.
If you want a rug in here, baby, it wouldn't be hard to put a rug in here. You know that, right?
I just, how am I gonna get it under the bed?
I would take the mattress off. And I would,
oh, without the mattress, it's better?
It's pretty light. Yeah, all you gotta do is...
It does actually look nice.
Yeah,
ooh, I like that.
All you gotta do is tilt it this way and stand it up.
I do like those.
Put it on the side.
Because when I switched the bedding, that's basically the colors of the bed. I was gonna go for tan sheets and white. Yeah. That's the vibe I was going for, to bring in more of the browns to make it more... So yeah, maybe if we find a rug that has browns in it. So that does look really nice, babe. When we dim the lights too. I like the yellow light, you know? We gotta set the mood. Set the mood. I think it would be good to have like a little either thin bench or something, because I still want to have this open. Practice was canceled for one of my girls tonight, so I'm at home. I want my husband to be able to come home from practice with the boys to a very peaceful environment and be able to enjoy the new room, more like hotel vibes instead of we just moved in vibes. It's been like 5 years now. So I'm trying to get this done. This was the first bedding option that I decided to try out. It was a white duvet cover in tan sheets. I actually put the duvet on sideways. You'll see later on I correct it, but when I first put it on, it is the wrong way. I ended up changing it again at the end of the video, the entire bedding set, which I actually love more, but right now I do rotate between the two just to change things up a little bit. This is where we are now. I went through a few different blanket options. None of them really were kind of like that warm feel that I wanted, except for this one, which was like a nice taupe with gold and brown, but I don't want
I'm already softening the color palette, and I didn't want it to be too like girly or too youthful. I just wanted a more contemporary but mature, like adult room. In the guest bedroom, it's very soft and more feminine. The curtains, everything is just, it's so pretty in there. So this is where that came from, the guest bedroom. I'll just put this back in there. What I ended up doing was layering the bedding because I still felt like this wasn't the actual color palette that I wanted. I ended up ordering a duvet cover that is, I think it is. From the online pictures, it looks like it's the color that I'm looking for. It's more of like a copper tone. It's closer to this. It's closer to this. So we will see if when it gets here, it's what I want. I was trying to use what I have just to see if that would work or if it's at least in the direction that I want to go. And for me, it's definitely in the direction that I want to go. So I'm really happy. I love the tan sheets. I want to get maybe a shade darker. Like I wouldn't mind if the sheets were this color and then maybe get a dark brown throw or even have dark brown sheets with a dark brown throw. I think that would be nice in the winter. We are going into spring, so I don't mind having the lighter sheets for now. What I plan on doing is, because I have the duvet cover coming, I'm going to change out the duvet when that comes and change the sheets to all white. So I'm basically flipping it. I'll have the darker duvet cover and the lighter sheets instead. Right now it's reversed. I think that's going to give me the look that I really want, and then I'll look at introducing throw pillows. I only don't like to do that because, for one, they're just decorative and I don't like things that aren't functional at all. Like I would like for them to have some sort of function, but I would be picky with those, I already know, and I wouldn't want them to be used. And I know my husband would try to use them because clearly he has a need for a lot of pillows. We each have like 5 pillows, and most of the time he's taking 1 or 2 of those. I only need like 2 good ones and then 1 that I usually like for my knees. So 3, and I'm thinking that, yeah, that means he's getting like 6 different pillows. My math wasn't mathing, I don't know, but he's getting a lot of pillows. This is where we are. I'm gonna vacuum the floor. I have a lot of feathers and things from the duvet. So after I vacuum, I'll light a candle, set the mood, then I'm gonna take my shower. Everything's just gonna smell nice and fresh and clean and beautiful for when my husband comes home. He's gonna be so excited. I ended up, oh, this chair, we actually thrifted this chair for like $20, like maybe 2 years ago. And if you've watched any of the previous videos, especially when I first started, you'll see I was in that chair upstairs in the movie room that we have. I had chosen a little corner. I hadn't used it in a while since I've been just kind of filming in different places trying to figure out where I want to be. So I'm not going to be there anymore because the chair is now in here. And it's just a random throw that I got from, I think, Target. Oh no, Home Goods. Home Goods and TJ Maxx have the best throws for decent prices because throws are expensive. I got that one from Target and it was very expensive, but that's not really a throw, it's actual blankets. Anyway, the mirrors came from Amazon. The sheets we actually had for a long time. And funny story, I told my husband that he was gonna be so happy because when he bought these sheets, I only wanted white sheets at the time, and he bought like 2 packs of white and 2 of cream, and I was like, why did you buy the cream ones? We're never gonna use these. They've been in the closet ever since. It's been like 5 years that we've had those, and they've been packaged up in the zipper, brand new, never touched, never opened, and look at that. So you never know. I'm glad we didn't get rid of them. And I thought they were queen. I thought maybe we had them for the guest bedroom because they were in the guest room up high in the closet. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're extra for that. But I think that was his way of finding use for them, was that maybe we could use them on a queen size bed and just tuck them extra tight. But we never did. We never did because we have bedding for that. So they stayed untouched for this very moment. Let me just show you around just real quick because we do have a few other things I'm waiting for. So the knobs didn't work. Restoration Hardware is amazing. You cannot even break their stuff. Like, I tried so hard. My husband tried so hard. I got 1 knob off, 1, and then I couldn't get the screw out. Like, it just didn't pull out like a normal knob pull screw. Craziest thing, I should have filmed it because I can't even describe it. He didn't even understand how I got off 1 of them. He could not figure that out. Needless to say, there's still the oil rubbed bronze, and it was gonna be so cute with that gold. So I'm so disappointed. What I did was I ended up buying a gold tray, and I bought some faux flowers that are more of that same kind of caramel color
color of brown. I'll be switching this out to add more of those warm elements because I can't put the gold tone there. And I'm really sad about that. But we did add these, which we also had for an Airbnb that we ended up renting long-term. So when she moved in all her things, I still had these in plastic because I was still buying things to design the house. And so these have been in the garage for maybe like 6-7 months now. And I'm so happy. The framing of them actually matches perfectly with the whole vibe that I was trying to give. The mirrors, which you saw us put up already, those were from Amazon. And they're massive because I'm 5'9", and those are like 7-foot mirrors, and they're actually leaning. They're leaning because, you know, they're on the floor. They're not the thickest. I will link them, but they are not the thickest. They're very thin. They got delivered with no issue at all, and because they're thin, they're super easy to move. I was able to move them around. Our kids used to like to play in this area right here. For some reason, they always want to play in our room. Imagine that. And now I tell them that they can't play in here anymore, but they love the mirrors, so they like to come in here and dance. They've been doing that the past couple days, and I don't think it'll be an issue. Just be aware of that. They do have a way that you can screw it to mount to the wall so that you won't have issues, but I just wasn't committed to them just yet, and I didn't want to do that. And they also have a kickstand back here. I hurt my finger, but this pulls out, and that way it has something to lean on, so you could potentially stand it off the wall or like in the middle of the room or whatever you want to do with it, because it has that. And like I said, this was our thrifted chair and blanket. The walls are gray, the curtains are gray, the floor is gray, and the bed is gray. The good thing that we do have working for us is the floor in the bathroom is a really cool pattern, and it has a lot of tans and grays. I have the lights dimmed right now, so you can't see the best. So I love it. Now what we're waiting on is my husband to bring over from the Airbnb the large TV. It's like double this size. We're just not big TV watchers, so this has been fine for all this time. It's still fine, but since we have that TV, we might as well use it. Maybe give this one to someone who actually needs it. I'm still undecided if I was thinking of doing a bench here, but then I was like, well, the chair, I like the browns and the creams of the chairs. Since that did work, I have to make sure that my husband likes it too, but since it's working for me, I don't want to put another area of seating here. So I'm thinking maybe a credenza that will have drawers, which we can still put things in and have storage. This is what we have so far, y'all. I'll update you once the other bedding and everything comes, but I'm just happy to get a little more warmth and texture in here. Like I said, this will be an ongoing project. So here I'm just showing that I added a few things to include more throw blankets. I wanted a lot more texture. So a lot of woven waffle textures I think really helps to warm up the space. And I did add one throw pillow because it matched those paintings so perfectly. Then over here I did add a side table and a basket to hold any extra blankets. I put another throw pillow over here, which also would match the bed, so I can change them out if I just want to switch things up. At this point, it was all about the details. I was adding all of the detailed things while I waited for the other bedding to come in. And when it finally arrived, I was not disappointed. I loved how such a warm color really changed the entire space. I added more blankets, of course, and I did change the sheets to a white bright sheet and left a white on top as well. But this taupe colored throw helped to add some texture too. So you can see here, there's 3 different textures: the waffle, the woven, and then that kind of quilted looking texture. I was able to use the same throw pillow, and then the nightstands did switch a little bit. The reading nook stayed pretty much the same. I decided to put some of the blankets that were on top of the other bed set into the basket, and that way they can stay out of the way but still be readily available to use. I ordered new faux flowers that match the bedding perfectly and put them in a new vase. I decided to put out one of my own candles that I make. Yes, I make those by hand. And then I added a book just for aesthetics, but it is a helpful book to keep me organized in my home management. As you can see though, I was never able to get those knobs changed and I am so disappointed. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I really just don't want to mess with it anymore for now. And then the golden tray arrived as well. So my husband has a nice tray for his glasses. I have a few other ideas. I do want to get the larger TV in and get that framed with a gold frame. So we'll see what else I come up with, but I'm really happy. I hope you guys were able to get some ideas on how to easily transition a bedroom. Thanks so much for watching.